All right, sixth graders, happy Monday to you guys. So after I met with you last Thursday, I just jumped on and figured I would get Mondays taken care of right now. So today is just review of what you did actually. I believe it was last Tuesday and Wednesday, and it is actually finding the surface area for a prism. So you guys did surface area of a cylinder last Thursday. Surface area for prisms are easier because you're not trying to figure out circumference. You're not having to use pi. It's a little easier. For prisms, you're just doing length times width. So for an example, if you have a prism that is rectangular, that's going to look like this. You are just going to need to figure out the sides, the top and bottom, and then the two ends. And remember, because it's this type of shape, if you know one, you can know the other. If you know the top shape, you'll know the bottom, and then the two sides also. So you're just figuring out the area for 3 of them and multiplying them each by 2 because you have 2 sets of congruent sides. Congruent means exactly the same. So let's just say that the width of this little line right here was 2. The height of this right there was 4. And then the length of this was 8. From those numbers, you can come up with the surface area, which means the whole outside of every part of it from those 3 numbers. So the first one is to figure out this top shape right here. So we'll just kind of color it in. And for that is just area is going to equal length times width. 8. We already know the width of this one is 2. So this one has to be 2 also. Right? It's not some crazy shaped box. So 8 times 2 is 16. If this is 16 on the top, the bottom is 16 also. So we're just going to multiply that 2 times to figure out what the top and the bottom are. 16 times 2 is 32. Okay? So you have the top and the bottom. You can figure out the 2 ends. Area equals 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Because there is 2 different ends, you're going to multiply that also by 2 and get 16. So now you have the top, the bottom, and the 2 ends. Now you can figure out this front part right here. To figure out this, you're going to take the length, which is 8. If it's 8 back here, it's going to be 8 right there. So area equals 8 times, we're figuring out this shape. If it's 4 back here, it's going to be 4 in the front. So 8 times 4 is 32. And remember, if the front is 32, the back is also 32. So we're just going to multiply it times 2. And that will give you 64. So now you have the 2 tops, you have the 2 sides, and you have the front and the back. So you're just going to add those 3 numbers together. And you're going to get the surface area for all 6 faces of that prism. So I am going to give you 3 problems today, and that's it. This is just to test you on your review. So it's on page 251. I only want you to do 11, 12, and 13. Now 13 is the pyramid that has the triangles in the front. So you're going to figure out the 2 leaning sides. Those are just 2 rectangles. The base, which is just the bottom, which is length times width. There's only 1 of those, remember, because the top doesn't go up like this, like a rectangular prism. The triangle is pointed. So you're just going to have the 2 rectangles on the front, the 1 on the bottom, and then you're going to have the 2 triangles, the 1 in the front and the back. Remember, to figure out triangles, the area of it is base times the base times height. So you're going to figure out what that base number is, and then that dotted line is the height. So you're going to multiply those 2 together. And you're going to take a half of that. So if base is 10, height is 4, that is 40. But remember, a triangle is not a full 40. You put it in half because it's half of a parallelogram. So it would actually be 20. 20 would be the triangle. And there's 2 triangles, so you're going to have 20 on the front, 20 on the back. So hopefully you'll remember that. If you don't remember, look back in what we've talked about before. You can also look back in your book a couple of days. You'll have the instructions for that also. If you have questions, let me know. But it should just be a repeat of what we've already been doing. So only 11, 12, and 13. If you have questions, please let me know. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.